up to the blinds at Laguna Seca Ranch. He's gonna get me set up in the blinds, see what happens. Spent a ton of time in blinds in the past, but this will be a new experience in Texas with raptor feeders even. So crazy, huh? Yeah. My breakfast in the blind. I have no idea what machacado is. It's good. The beauty of this blind at Laguna Seca is that raptors are usually so spooky, and it's so rare to get eye-level shots of them. And that's where this ranch excels. I mean, eye-level shots of Caracara and Harris's hawk, awesome. One of the first birds to show up was the gorgidius Harris's hawk, formerly called the bay-winged hawk for obvious reasons. But these are amazing animals, only found in the U.S. in southern Texas, a little bit in New Mexico, and very southern Arizona. They are very social birds, breeding in groups up to 7 individuals. And they hunt together. They hunt as a pack almost. One will pursue prey, and if that one misses the target, the next one will kind of swoop in and try and get it. They've been also known to surround prey, perched above a hiding prey, and then one will go down on the ground and walk around on the ground to flush the prey so the others can grab it. Very cool bird. Boy, his crop is so full, that Caracara.
Yeah, they do. They get full.
The Crested Caracara is another South Texas specialty. There are populations in southern Arizona and an isolated population in Florida. But they are in the Falconidae, but they're not a true falcon, but they're closely related. And their diet is just incredibly diverse. Of course, they eat carrion like vultures, but they'll also eat snakes and mammals and birds and even fruits. It is believed that this is the bird on the national emblem of Mexico. Just got out of the raptor blinds here at Laguna Seca. Crazy numbers of Crested Caracaras. Black vulture, that was kind of a neat one. Turkey vultures, and of course Harris's hawks, one of the most beautiful hawks in the world. Had a flyover whitetail and redtail. I was hoping that white-tailed hawk would come in. That's one of my target birds. I was kind of spazzy. I'm like, I don't know which way to shoot. Birds coming here and there, and the Harris's hawks were fighting with the Caracaras, and I missed most of that. But here are my favorite still photos from the time in the raptor blind. Black vulture? Yeah, there's a black vulture. Now we're going to go over to the Songbird blinds. That's part 2 of today from Laguna Seca. All right, stay tuned. to Bulldog Pond. So I'll be shooting some ground level birds, songbirds here. We are now set up in the Bulldog blind. Starting a little drip. They've got a hose up in the tree that's dripping, and even that just little sound of dripping attracts the birds. There's a male, nice male. We're waiting for some birds to come in, so I may have to... Oh, I hear green jays right now. Green jay imitating a hawk. The green jays are really the star of the show, but I'm hoping for a roadrunner or some Bobwhite. But yeah, this is one of my many happy places. I could sit in blinds forever because you just never know what's going to show up. So we're at Bulldog Pond, one of the morning songbird blinds. I'm with Randall Patterson, my guide. But we spent an awesome morning in the Raptor blind. But Laguna Seca, tell us a little about it, Randall.
Sure. You're looking at, we have over 700 acres of deep South Texas brushland, privately owned. So you just have the ranch to yourself when you shoot with us here. And as Sparky mentioned, we had a great raptor shoot this morning, and it wrapped up a little early. So we slipped over here to the tail end of the morning shoot for the songbirds. We already had some good green jays come up, and we're hoping we'll get the Pyrrhuloxia and maybe some quail. We had some turkeys visit us on the way in. This evening, Laguna Seca has 4 songbird blinds, 2 for morning light and 2 for evening light. And this evening we'll be in the Beaver Pond, which is a real popular one, where we have another water feature in front of the blind, as well as a reflection pond built and a natural pond that's to the side where you can see deer and different wildlife drinking. It's really a good pond. That's where we get the most diversity at that one.
Been going pretty well here at Bulldog Pond. Had a javelina, collared peccary, come in, but he must have saw my camera move and he headed out. But cardinals bathing and Pyrrhuloxias, and the yellow-rumped warbler, phoebe, green jays, long-billed thrasher. That was kind of a cool one. They hate being out in the open. Yeah, so you just never know what's going to show up at these pools, especially here in the scrubland of Texas, where water is at a premium. Of course, the light was a little harsh at this time of day, but I got a few keepers. It was now time to move over to the quote-unquote beaver pond for our late afternoon shoot. Just because of the harsh midday light, and then now this afternoon trying to fill in some shadows. I put on my Flashpoint flash, a gift from my kids for Father's Day, pretty cool, and my Magmod flash extender with the Fresnel lens on the front to just extend that flash out 20, 30, 40 feet. Yeah, just helps fill in the shadows. On midday when it's really hot light, you can soften up the light a bit by filling in those shadows, and the birds could care less. Shooting on a ranch is something you don't want to do on your own. Alan Murphy Workshops goes there, and he is probably the premier bird portrait photographer in America, and his setups and attention to detail and also birds in flight is second to none. So check out Alan Murphy's website. My friend Amy works for him now. She used to be one of our naturalists in the Sax-Zim Bog. I felt bad for this grasshopper until it solved its problem itself. Check out this green jay, ticked off at this long-billed thrasher. Look what he does. Just yanks on his tail. Pretty funny. We did luck out and get a little covey of Bobwhite coming in. That was pretty neat. And here's my favorite photos from the evening at Beaver Pond. Yeah, I mean, the whole ranch experience, you can get some really awesome bird on a stick, quote unquote, photos. And I knew this going in, but I wanted better portraits of these species I just didn't have good photos of. But the backgrounds, the perches are all really beautiful. But if you don't go in the depth of winter and go maybe more in the spring when there's lots of wildflowers blooming, your guide can set those up so they're in the frame. You get little blobs of color, flowers on the perches, things like that. Back to the photos now. Yeah, after taking so many cardinal photos, I decided to get a little creative. Creative with the cropping in this case. And I like this photo, but I thought, what if I spin it around and really make it a crazy pattern. Fill flash really helped on this cardinal portrait since the bird was in shadows and yet there was this beautiful golden backlight. Used fill flash with the Magmod flash extender on a bunch of these photos, and it really made the subjects pop against that gorgeous evening light background. As I mentioned in the previous Texas video, I'm trying to photograph 600 species of birds in North America, north of Mexico. The only one I got new in this episode was the Bewick's wren, but I did improve on a bunch of species, as you can see here. The setups and the pools and the food attracted a cool variety of birds.